Well, the day's over now. We're going to get pizza real quick. I kidnapped Chris Lems. I told him we were going to get cigarettes. Instead, we're going to get a pizza. And Hunter Myers. We're going to talk to Scotty and Jason later on also, my wife Amy. I want to talk about how the babies went today. So you guys get a bird's eye view of how everything went. One, you got to see them all today. They weren't perfect, but there was a lot of really, really good ones. And when it comes to Hunter and Chris, I know we joke, but I appreciate you guys coming out.
Yeah, I got my cold brew.
You're still drinking that, eh? Wow.
Well, yeah, because you drink it too fast. I'm going to take a tinkle every 5 minutes.
You know what? That's true. That's a true story. It's nice to have people come out and go with the horses that, one, do this for a living. And these guys are as professional as you're going to get around here for sure. Anywhere, really. And two, people have never sat behind them before. So you don't get that polished look, well, you know, we broke it and then the horse got better and better and better. Really impressed with the horse today. These guys have never seen the horses today. So although the product is still very rough and very raw in regards to the horses today, it's nice to hear what they think about them. So in the first set, we'll talk about mine later on. I'm going to do something I don't often do, which is not talk a lot in this video. So in the first set, Chris Lems had LT Troubadour. Jason usually goes with. I love this horse. He is I think he's a long tom. Yeah, he's a long tom colt. That's one of the sister to Angus Hall and those horses. Very, very well-bred colt. Now, somebody had asked me last week how he ended up with such a well-bred colt for such little money. I think we only paid $22,000 for that colt. Yeah. Yep. And the reason was the front dam is like 0 for 6, but if you look closely, there's like 3 Dewey, Cheatham, and Howes, and 2 that didn't make it, and this guy's the 6th one. And I can't really speak to how the Deweys looked or how the other ones looked, but I know how this colt looks. He did it. He's very skittish, which, as I said, I don't usually go with him, and you got to go with him today, and I saw he bolted in the last turn. I think you tried to blame me for that. What was your take on him overall, though?
Yes, Trot's very nice, like very clean gated. Just when you were coming on the outside, he just shied away and then saw a pylon and shied from there. But he has a lot of trot, and he trots correct.
Yeah, when you see the horses this time of year, you know, they're learning to go around tractors. They're seeing other horses jogging. They're seeing pylons. And today, a little added wrinkle was that big Jumbotron. That TV was on the inside, which a lot of them were looking at also. Some of them can take it, right? They look at it and pass past it, and that's part of maturity. But some of them kind of stare at it for a second, lose themselves, and make a break. And again, when I went by Scotty and Chris and those guys, really everybody, because I circled the field in that first race, I could see how that horse could be spooked. But that stuff will all dissipate with training. Now you went with Leggy. This is a second generation stable horse. I forgot that you remembered too.
Yeah.
I asked him, I said, I don't know if you ever drove Compass Rose. He said, I drove her and I won with her at the Meadows, which is correct.
Mm-hmm.
This is Compass Rose DC's younger sister by Uncle Peter. Compass Rose DC, who was she by? I think she might have been a What the Hill. No, she might have been. I don't think they're full sisters.
No.
Leggy is a What the Hill. The other filly was an Uncle Peter.
Yes.
I think that was what it was.
Yep.
So Leggy, I rarely get to go with Leggy. In fact, you may have gone as many times with Leggy as I have in my life.
Because
that's one time. Because she's always done it right, and I've never really had a reason to go with Leggy, and today I did. So, what was your take on Leggy?
Yeah, she was all right. I mean, she got to witness, you know, Chris about knock out the pole. Never missed a beat.
Almost hit it. He was heading for the duck pond. He was going for a swim.
He was going for the tote board, actually. But no, like she's all right. She trots good. I saw she was acting up in the first. Yeah, little ditzy at first, but like once you got it out of her, she was very.
And that's what the other people have to understand also is the horses, they have to learn to do their work, right? They don't just come off, you don't just put the harness on them and bang, they do their work. Sometimes when they're trotting along, they'll make mistakes, right? And as they're switching gears, they'll touch themselves sometimes and make a break. You saw some of the horses today wearing bandages or boots. Chris's horse didn't, because he trots clean, as he said. But Hunter's filly does wear bandages behind, and sometimes when they're switching gears, they will make mistakes. It happens. So that was the first set. The next set you guys went with, probably one of the biggest shocks of the day was Chris. I told him going out, I said, I don't want to tell you about this filly. She seems like she's got a little bit of spunk, a little bit of go, but she's pretty unpolished. She's pretty rough around the edges. So let me know what you think. And you were going with this filly here, I think, as we start to train her down and as she gets close to the races, this is going to be an extremely nice filly. One, I love her pedigree. She's out of a sister to Sintra. And two, Poppy Rob Hanover, first one we've ever had. And three, she just looks like a good horse.
Yeah.
So what was your take then on, we'll start with Country Dancing.
Again, like, she's well-mannered, good following, you know. Like, everything was well. Asking for a little bit of speed, kind of gets stepping around a little bit, but...
And that's the other thing, is a couple of these horses never had the hobbles on. Like, Country Dancing's only been pacing for 5-6 days on the track.
Right.
Maybe.
So like I said, everything was well, just a little bit of speed under, she kind of gets stepping around, but that's, as time goes on and more days she's into hobbles and going faster and faster, she'll learn to fill them. Yeah. And, you know...
She's one of those horses I get excited about because, you know, aside from everything else, you don't know how good she can be, but when you look at her pedigree and you look at her body build, how she looks on the track, she's an impressive looking animal, and I can't wait to see what the rest of her is going to look like, what the rest of that filly is going to become, you know, what the finished product, what she's going to look like at the end. Do you guys know where Antonia's is? Is it not?
I don't know.
I think it's this way. Oh, no, it's not. At all. It's there. It's there. I'll tell you what is here. Romeo's Pizza's right here. Antonio's, it's down by my place. It's all right. Little detour.
You can't turn there.
Well, I could, but then I would hold up traffic, and that would be impolite.
Oh, Lord.
And being a Canadian in your country, we don't do things like that. So, third set, we had a couple of trotters. Oh, I didn't get to talk to you about Gorgeous Package. So, Gorgeous Package is actually a filly we bought off of On Gate this summer. And she is a lather-up filly. Strong family also. But, you know, one of those horses you just don't know, right? We didn't get to see a yearling video of this filly. When we broke her, you know, we were just focused on keeping her behaved because she was a little fractious. She was a little erratic. And I really didn't know. I said to Chris, I said, I don't want to tell you. You know, I'd be interested to hear what you said about her as much as you seeing her. We both meet for the first time. Yeah. I've gone with her, but I didn't really form an opinion about her. But I was thoroughly impressed and surprised to see her pacing past us down the lane. I think you did end up getting picked off, didn't you? Yeah, you did. But she looked amazing. So I'm interested. What was your take? Top, you know, highs and lows of that filly, because I don't have an opinion of her.
I think she's gonna be a slick gaited, handy little horse. She does show like she's got a little step to her. She's a little fussy with her mouth, but I think that'll get better too. But yeah, like, she kind of surprised me from what you told me going out. Like, she's got some go, and she made a nice move, and
she certainly did.
I think she'll be all right.
Yeah, I was, as I said, thoroughly pleased. So set number 3, Freedom Hill, who I always knew had speed. I did go with her a couple of times. She can get a little warm, but she's got a slick gait when she's moving. Chris was going with her, and you had I'm a Trucker. This was the Mission guy. Now, to be fair to Trucker, you said he got tired out at the 5/8, but this is the first time he'd ever trained like that. First time he'd ever wore hobbles like that. Before, I went with him 3 or 4 days ago, and he was galloping all over the track. We added a little bit of weight to him. I went with him the next day. He was better, but still a little rough. So we went with him the next day. A gentleman that's been helping us out went with him. I put the hobbles on him, and I watched him go with him. He looked good, but obviously a little tired out today. Asking him to do a lot of work all week, and then put the hobbles on him and ask him to keep up with those horses. Like, Freedom Hill was bought out of the Ohio sale, right? I'm a Trucker, had OCDs removed from his hocks, and didn't have a lot of work into him. So I was happy with his gait today, though. Did he offer to run anywhere?
No, he was okay, but, you know, it's like I said, you got to sing to him a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to sing to him.
That's all. Yeah, you're quite the singer, too. Yeah. I thought it was Kelly Clarkson out there, and I had to look twice. I said, oh, my God, it's Hunter Myers.
Nah, that's some trotters. That's, I don't know.
Just got to keep their attention.
Yeah. Break, and like all the babies that got broke down home with dad, or, the other trainers and stuff, like sometimes they just want to hear that constant.
You just gotta
noise
talk
and
to them.
keeps them
they gotta
focused.
focus. Yep. And have you ever thought about American Idol or anything like that?
No, I'm too good for that.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying if you look into it. Freedom Hill. What was your take on Freedom Hill?
Like you said, she's a little excitable, but other than that, does everything. Trot's beautiful.
I was really happy with her today because, the What the Hills, they can be really bossy. The first year they had them out, I swore I'd never buy another one. But they were still bred to all the best mares in Ohio, so the next year we had to buy them. They were a little better.
Yeah.
Last year, the What the Hills, I'm like, finally, we got some new sires coming in. I don't have to buy any more What the Hills. They were all perfect. And this year, I actually went out of my way to go and buy What the Hills because they behaved so well the year before. So quite a turn and this wasn't like 1 or 2. We had like 4 or 5 the first year. But I don't know what it was about them. Maybe the way that we approached breaking them and training them as opposed to before. Because they definitely looked... I don't know if I'm supposed to be in this lane.
Oh, probably not, but just go ahead and send it anyways.
I'm in here now. It's kind of like the track sometimes. I don't know if I should be coming out of this hole right now. But I'm going to go out anyway. So Freedom Hill... I was thoroughly impressed with her. Did she settle down the further you went?
Yeah, she was real excited when we first went out, and after she got a little piss and vinegar out of her, she was much better. I just put her towards the back and let her after a lap or two. Then she was good, and she drove really nice after that.
Good. So the 4th set was kind of what I would almost call the open trot. There were some some of our best horses were in this class. And I told Chris before, Memento Mori can fly. This is Kierkegaard's full brother. We did castrate him. We did put the hobbles on him because he was ignorant and he was rude before we did castrate him. But man, the last week, I went with him in the middle of the week and I said, this horse, there just doesn't seem to be any end to him. He just goes and goes and goes. And very excitable, but man, when he's at it, he can go. And you were going with Date Night's brother, Bluebird Tuxedo Hill. This is one of my top picks of the Ohio sale. This horse has been lights out since the day we broke him. I've had to keep the scalpel away from him. I know there's been a couple of the girls have been asking me a couple of times, are we gonna geld this guy? And I said not until we have to, and I didn't think we were there yet. I don't think we've castrated this guy yet. I might be lying, maybe we did, but I don't think we have yet. So, Bluebird Tuxedo Hill.
100%, a very professional horse.
He's smart.
For a young horse, green with everything, very professional. And he's just
because he's a yearling. It's December 10th. You expect him to act up.
He is what you want in an aged horse. Yeah. He's down to earth. You can do whatever you want. He trots nice, good attitude, and he's absolutely professional at what he does. Yeah, that was a really good. A really, really good set. I can't wait to talk about a couple of the other horses in here, but I do want to talk about Memento Mori because although we went with some horses that looked very good today, I think if we just had a flat-out race, last one standing, I think Old Mori's coming out with the win. He doesn't get tired, this horse. He was very good today. What was your take on Memento Mori?
He's another one. He was pretty excitable. Obviously he had no ear hood on, nothing like that yet. Just the little noises got him a little worked up once, and he did make a break, but he landed back, which a lot of times babies won't do that real quick, especially this early on. So he was good that way, and then like you said, he just don't get tired. You pushed me out 3 wide down the back.
That never
side.
happened. Anyway, we'll move on from there, Chris. I think we'll move on from there. So he was good, is what you're saying.
Very good.
All right, good. The next set we had Dancing in My Socks. This was a private purchase after the sale. I think we paid like 12 grand for this guy or something. You were going with him, and Chris Lems was going with I'm Ready Too. Now, I'm Ready Too is another one of those horses that I've never gone with because he's been perfect from day one. This is the Marseille brother. Now, if you're a client of ours, you might know the horse Cash Deals. This is the Marseille brother to Cash Deals. I was thoroughly impressed with your horse today. I know he got a little excited when I rolled up alongside him in the last turn, but he looked very, very good before that.
Yes, trot's nice. Just he's a little on the greenish. He's not like a real excitable one like the other ones. He's a little greenish, a little lazy, but he definitely trots nice, and he just got a little crooked in finish in there. All the reason.
Man, he looked really good. And Dance with My Socks, I talked to you after. I just thought you were way back, but he had actually made a break.
Yeah,
which is better, which is fine.
Yeah, like he would go and have that set speed where he felt comfortable, and it's just like he's lost all focus, and then made a little bobble, and then come back, and then he go that solid speed again, and then do it again. So I just think a lot of it's him needing to learn.
Yeah,
and
he was castrated. He had to go. A couple of these horses had to go and get operated on. They were ridgelings, and this guy was one of them.
Yeah.
So he had time. It's not like for the horsemen out there. It's not like when you just cut them and a couple of days later you start jogging. They have to stay in the stall for a week or 10 days when they've had that operation. So that horse has missed time. I was happy that when I look back, I just thought that you kind of fizzled out, and I'm like, man, I don't like that. But I'm glad that he made a break. He'll learn to go.
Once he gets some more times underneath him.
Absolutely. So the 6th set, Chris, you went with Dancing by Myself. Now this is an interesting horse. We had one foal that we lost out of the mare. She was a Muscle Hill mare. This was the second foal, and then we sold the mare. Stolen Dance was her name. This is the only one we have out of this mare is Dancing by Myself. He had an OCD removed from his left hock, and he too also was a ridgeling that we had to castrate at Dr. Brown's clinic. So I'm interested to hear about him. And you had Mountain View Prince. That was the Michigan, the other Michigan bred. So we'll start with Dancing by Myself. What was your take on him? Because I don't go with that guy very often either.
He was good. Very green yet. Just still learning, but I mean, trot's nice. Good square
really?
Behind. Like,
Did his mother stood bad and would get out her knees? Did that guy look like he was crooked?
No, he seemed like he's gonna be pretty good there.
Oh, good. Well, that's perfect. So there you go for our clients out there, our homebred, Dancing by Myself. You hear it right from Chris. Interesting. I hadn't gone with this guy, but I thought he looked good on the track too. Now for our Michigan clients that own this Michigan bred, Mountaineer Prince. Mountaineer. I got him wrong.
No, he's another one, like a little singing to him, keep him focused.
Yeah.
But he trotted nice. He was, like I said, well mannered.
This was the guy I liked in the Michigan sale. We bought the other guy because we all agreed we liked him, the trucker horse.
Yeah.
And we knew he had OCDs. You could see his hocks were puffy at the sale. We bought him for nothing, I think. And then we knew we were going to have to pull the OCDs at him, which we did. This guy was my top pick in the Michigan sale that we ended up with. I think we paid $12 for him or something. But he just looked, his video looked nice. And when Lauren's father Donnie had gone and looked at him, he said, yeah, he looks nice.
Yeah, and he has a nice way of going. Like I said, just little ditzy every now and again. Yeah. But he'll be pretty nice once he figures it completely out.
All the muscle Tony and pick Tony and muscle or whatever he's called, all of them are like that, I guess. In the last set, I had warned you about Aunt Lily. She just got the hobbles on, very fractious filly, but you can tell there's a good horse in there. And I know that Aki had the sister that raced in the Breeders' Crown. Sierra's Girl was the name of the sister. Yeah. She raced in the Breeders' Crown. She crushed them in Pennsylvania. In the final, he actually missed the gate, spotted them 5 lengths, and still won the race. I think he spotted them 5 lengths and still won the race. She was very fast. This is the sister. I think she's a beautiful filly. We really only have the hobbles on her because I think she needs them to focus. You had said she rolled off on the front end. I could see it because she doesn't pay attention as well as she should. No. But did she have much go?
Yeah, she was okay. Like once I got her in a speed where she was comfortable at, like she was very solid, felt good. It's just before going before we started that mile, like when she was up front and she kind of just rolled off a little bit, and I had to gather her back up and I just kind of restart her. Yeah. But yeah, like she felt pretty good, but she's gonna be one that's got to learn it.
Yeah, and she's gonna take time. You guys, and what he's saying is 100% correct. You're gonna watch her just the same as I do or they do. Watch her progress because every week she's going to be a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. I agree 100%. Now, Chris, you went with Arrowhead Hanover. This is a horse. I love this horse. This horse is one of the greenest horses we have because he was one of the last horses we actually got broke and going. I love this colt. This is an international money colt. He has got, I only went with him a couple of times, but I thought he had one of the slickest gaits I'd seen in the barn. He had a beautiful gait, and he was just constantly looking at everything and just didn't pay attention. How was he today?
he was very good. I agree with you. I really like him. He's got a super attitude.
I like that about him.
Forward. You ask him to go forward, he goes. Like you said, just real green yet, because he was Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Harrisburg
And we got him going late, like he chipped in to the Schaefer's farm. He was one of the last horses in the barn, one of the last horses to get broke. And I think aside from everything, he is a little more immature than most of the horses anyway, just the way he kind of acts.
Yeah.
I think as he matures, you're going to see a really, really nice horse. I love this colt. And he you know, like I said, it's hard to say when you just sit behind them once. Yeah. But like you could tell, when I went with him the one time, you could tell, very immature, but just gets that perfect gait where he just, it's effortless.
Yes, he's gonna be able to change gears quick and not
exactly.
struggle. Like, he's gonna be nice that way, and good attitude. Yours went right by, but then as soon as you got by and he saw you, he was trying to chase you down.
Yeah, I love that colt a lot. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate you taking the time. I know these guys got to go race tonight. I'm not, but they got to come back and go to Northfield. We're gonna eat some pizza.
Yeah,
we'll eat some
about
pizza.
3 hours.
About 3. Yeah, but I mean, you're young. What are you gonna do? Anyway, or as Chris says, it's about 8 cigarettes from now. I'll be back in just a second with the pizza for the boys, but I do appreciate you guys coming out a lot. It means a lot to have people come out and go with the babies so that everybody can see. Because to get our guys to go with them, you're just going to hear an extension of what they have already believed about the horse. But to get somebody like you guys to go with them that have never sat behind them, it is a very, very cool view. So, thank you very much. And I hope everybody had a great time today. Take care.